sometimes associated with historically wealthy families, aims to ensure money benefits the family for years, even centuries to come. The primary purpose of this strategy is straightforward: transferring wealth across generations. It's not just about leaving a big pile of cash when you pass on, it's much more sophisticated. It's about setting up a durable system. This system is designed to support the next generation and the one after that, and so on down the line. The core idea is to make sure that the family's hard-earned wealth doesn't just vanish after 1 or 2 generations, which happens all too often. It's about creating a solid financial foundation. This foundation can support the family's goals, cover educational expenses, and ensure overall well-being for a very, very long time. This thoughtful approach is key to preventing the common pitfalls of wealth dissipation. Now let's talk about the main tool used in this strategy: life insurance. Life insurance is a very big part of making the Rockefeller waterfall work effectively. But listen up, it's not the kind of basic term policy you might just get to cover funeral expenses. We're talking about specific types of life insurance policies here. These policies are special because they can grow in cash value over time, a crucial feature. They become a powerful financial tool, much more than just a simple safety net. Think of them as a kind of special savings account that also happens to have a death benefit attached. This unique combination makes them incredibly versatile for serious long-term wealth management and estate planning. And remember, this is a long-term plan, folks. This isn't a sprint to the finish line, it's a marathon, a financial endurance event. The Rockefeller waterfall strategy is meticulously designed for the long haul, for decades of stability. It absolutely requires patience and a good deal of discipline from everyone involved. You set it up correctly, and then it works quietly and consistently in the background, generation after generation. It's all about building a meaningful financial legacy that truly lasts. This kind of planning requires careful consideration and almost always the guidance of qualified financial professionals to ensure it's structured correctly for your family's specific situation. How does this whole Rockefeller waterfall strategy get started? Often it's the grandparents who kick things off. They're usually the ones who are looking ahead, deeply wanting to secure the family's financial future. They take that important first step in this multi-generational wealth plan. Perhaps they've worked hard to build wealth during their lifetime, and now they want to ensure it continues to bless the family. This proactive step, this foresight, is absolutely crucial for laying the proper groundwork. Their careful planning and vision become the bedrock upon which this entire enduring strategy is successfully built, showing a profound commitment. What exactly do the grandparents do to get this ball rolling? Well, they often purchase life insurance policies, but here's the interesting part. They typically don't buy these policies on themselves. Instead, they buy them on their grandchildren. Yes, you heard that right, folks, on the grandkids. This might sound a little unconventional at first, but there's a very smart strategic reason behind it. These are usually permanent life insurance policies, not term ones. These policies are specifically designed to last for an entire lifetime and, critically, to build up cash value over an extended period, making them an ideal vehicle. Let's dig a bit deeper into the type of life insurance we're talking about. These aren't just any term life policies that cover you for a certain number of years and then expire. No, for the Rockefeller waterfall, we're focusing on permanent life insurance. These kinds of policies have a vital component called cash value. This cash value has the potential to grow steadily over the years, and often it grows on a tax-deferred basis. That means the money accumulates without you having to pay income taxes on the growth each and every year. This tax-deferred growth feature is super important for maximizing the policy's potential. While the grandparents are alive, they are typically the ones who own these life insurance policies taken out on their grandchildren. This ownership means they control the policies. If they find themselves in a situation where they need to, they can often access the cash value that has built up inside the policy over time. This provides a degree of financial flexibility, which is always a good thing to have in any comprehensive financial plan. However, the primary objective, the main goal, is usually to let that cash value grow undisturbed, compounding for the benefit of the grandkids down the road. The grandparents have these life insurance policies set up on their grandkids, and the cash value is growing. So what happens next in the Rockefeller waterfall strategy? Usually upon a specific predetermined event, which is often the death of the grandparents, something significant changes. This event is a key moment, a critical juncture in the overall strategy. It's the point at which the carefully laid plan starts to transition and move to its next important stage. This transition is ideally very carefully planned out in advance. The goal is to ensure a smooth and efficient transfer of the assets involved. At this pivotal point, the ownership of those life insurance policies officially transfers. It moves from the grandparents who originally purchased and owned them directly to the grandchildren. Remember, the grandchildren are the individuals insured under these policies. Now, the grandchildren themselves become the owners of a valuable financial asset, a life insurance policy that likely has a significant amount of accumulated cash value. This transfer of ownership is an absolutely critical step in the process. The grandchildren are now directly in control of this financial tool, empowering them to manage their financial future. Once the grandkids take ownership of these policies, they have several options available to them. They can often access the cash value that has diligently grown inside the policy over many years. If they choose to take distributions from this cash value, they would typically pay income tax on any gains at their own individual income tax rate. This can still be very beneficial depending on their financial situation and needs. Alternatively, they can choose to keep the policy in force, letting the cash value continue to grow and preserving the death benefit for their own heirs. And here's another very important part of the continuing Rockefeller waterfall. The grandchildren can now name their own beneficiaries for the policy's death benefit. Think about that. So when they eventually pass away, perhaps many decades in the future, the money from that life insurance policy, the death benefit, goes to their chosen loved ones. This is precisely how the waterfall concept continues to flow, cascading wealth down through subsequent generations. This ensures that the financial legacy continues, potentially benefiting great-grandchildren and even beyond, perpetuating the cycle of family financial security. One of the biggest advantages, one of the real pluses of using life insurance in the Rockefeller waterfall strategy, is how the money grows inside these policies. The cash value component, which we've talked about, typically grows on a tax-deferred basis. Now, what does tax-deferred mean for you? It means you generally don't pay income taxes on the gains or growth each year as it's accumulating. This allows the money to compound much faster over time. More of your hard-earned money is working for you and your family, instead of a portion going to Uncle Sam every single year. This is a powerful wealth-building feature. And hold on, there's even more good news when it comes to taxes and life insurance. When the insured person, first the grandchild and then potentially their heir who becomes the next, insured if the policy structure allows, eventually passes away, the death benefit paid out from the life insurance policy is generally received income tax-free by the beneficiaries. That's a huge deal, folks. It means your loved ones get the full intended amount from the policy without a big chunk being taken out for income taxes. This ensures that the financial support you planned for reaches them intact and ready to use. Sometimes, to make this Rockefeller waterfall strategy even more robust, these life insurance policies are held within special legal structures called trusts. A common one you might hear about is an irrevocable life insurance trust, often called an ILIT. Using a trust like this can offer even more significant benefits, especially for families with larger estates. Placing the life insurance policy inside a properly structured ILIT can help remove the value of the policy and its death benefit from your taxable estate. This can be really important for minimizing potential federal or state estate taxes, ensuring more wealth passes to heirs. This Rockefeller waterfall strategy is truly a powerful example of smart, forward-thinking estate planning. It's all about being intentional with your money and making careful plans for your family's long-term future. But listen, this is not something you just whip up on a Saturday afternoon at the kitchen table. These are complex financial and legal strategies. You absolutely, positively need to talk to qualified, experienced professionals. That means sitting down with financial advisors and estate planning attorneys. They can help you figure out if this type of strategy or something similar is right for your unique